Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading Feixiao Listener by me. So let's get into it. You tap your fingers on the edge of her desk, glancing over the scattered documents she's so intently focused on. She's leaned forward, brow furrowed in concentration, as she pores over the latest reports. Feixiao, you murmur, leaning closer, hoping to catch her attention. She does not even look up, merely grunts in acknowledgement as she flips to another page. Yes? A sigh escapes your lips, and you lean a little bit closer, raising yourself on the edge of her desk. Feixiao, you've been staring those papers for hours now. I think you need a break. I will, I promise. Just let me finish this. Her eyes stay fixed on the page, pen scratching away as she makes some notes in the margin, and you feel your patience waning. Feixiao, you say, voice soft but insistent, leaning even closer so your faces inches from hers. When she still does not look up, you decide to take matters into your own hands. You reach out, placing a hand over hers, stilling her movements, and she finally blinks, glancing up in mild surprise. And at last her focus shifts from the report to you, a faint smile tugging at her lips as she takes in your expression. What's this? Did someone miss me? She teases, raising an eyebrow, and you huff, feeling warmth rise in your cheeks. But you're not giving up any time now. You've been holed up in here for hours. I think I deserve a little of your time. She chuckles, a sound that's slow and warm, her gaze softening. Fine, fine. You have my attention, but only for a minute. I have work to do, you know? She says, her hand turning to yours, to lace her fingers with it. I'll take it. You reply with a grin, moving closer until there's barely any space between you two. And her eyes flicker with amusement and something warmer as she watches you, letting you lean in until your lips are almost touching. You're quite lucky I find you so distracting. She murmurs, her breath ghosting again against your lips. Distracting, am I? You whisper back, and then you close the distance between you two. And the moment your lips meet, her hand shifts to cradle your face, pulling you closer. Her lips are soft and warm, moving with a languid, practiced ease that has you melting into her touch. Every kiss between you two feels like a burning fire. It is just so like Feixiao's spirit, how everything with her could be so intense, so intimate, and so filled with love. And you barely happen to notice the creak of the door behind you, too caught up in her touch. But then, oh, a voice exclaims, the sound of paper scattering as someone drops their things, and you pull back, wide eyes, to see Jiaoqiu standing frozen in the doorway, his eyes wide, and his face flushed in shock. For a moment he just stands there, clearly unsure of what to do, his gaze darting between you and Feixiao, as if he's caught you in the middle of a heist rather than a kiss. Would you rather join us? Feixiao says, teasing, and his face goes a little bit more red, but he tries to regain his composure, although you do note that this is one of the few times you've seen him with his eyes open so wide. And Feixiao chuckles beside you, clearly more amused than mortified. She tilts her head, watching him with a glint of humor in her eyes. Relax, we weren't up to anything scandalous. Yet. His eyes go even wider, and then he huffs, shaking his head. Honestly, I can't believe you. I'm leaving, he says quickly, and leaves. And she just laughs a little bit, shaking her head. I didn't expect him to be so shy. I mean, we were only kissing. Feixiao, we weren't just kissing. Hey, it isn't really my fault. He didn't knock, she said, and you cover your face with your hands, laughing despite yourself. You're impossible sometimes. She reaches over, gently tugging your hands away from your face, her gaze softening as she studies you, her thumb brushing over your knuckles. But you'll love it, she murmurs, a playful glint in her eyes. And you roll your eyes. There's no denying the warmth in your chest, though, as you look at her. I suppose I do. She pulls you close again, her hand resting on your shoulder, her expression now shifting to something more tender. Good. Because I don't plan on letting you go anytime soon, she says, and you feel your cheeks warm. But this time, you don't really pull away. Instead, you lean into her touch, your hand resting over hers. Well, I don't really have a lot to do anyway, so I don't mind. Feixiao smiles, her fingers trailing gently down your arm. That's good to hear. I would rather have you for myself right now, she says. And as the two of you sit there, wrapped up in each other's warmth, you realize that there is no one else you would rather share these moments with, even if it meant risking another mortifying interruption. However, next time, you'll make sure to lock the door once you come in. That's the very least of what you could do, especially after such an incident.